Just tough game. Very defensive-oriented game. Kind of knew it would be that way, and give the Wichita kids credit for winning the game. Just one of those games where we couldn't make a basket. It was hard, and certainly I thought their defense was good, but I also thought we got the ball in a lot of really good places. We got the ball in the lane a lot, and just had one of those nights where, some of your best players don't make as many shots, and that was tough. We even had our press that we don't use very much, was very effective. We even stole the ball, I think, 4 times, had turnovers, but we only scored 1 time out of those. A couple of those were advantage situations. We missed a couple layups there. So at the end of the day, it's really pretty simple. You gotta make a couple more shots, and we just weren't able to do it. And certainly want to recognize and thank my seniors. Those guys have had very good careers here. They've meant a lot to our program. I think they've won like 62 games the last 3 years. Obviously been very good players with tremendous, points, assists, steals, blocks, rebounds, all the stats that you would want out of a class. Graduated, great people, good teammates, left a great example for the young guys. So I really want to recognize and thank those guys. And, I just hate that it ended today for them. I wish, it would have been a little bit of a happier ending on your home court. But, again, just wasn't quite good enough today. Questions?
What did you tell the senior guys in the locker room?
Just that, just how proud of them I was and how thankful I was to coach them, and that what they've done for the program the last 3 years is really good. They left it in better place, and they've very appreciative of all their work and efforts, and proud of what they've accomplished. They've accomplished a lot, and they've done a lot of really good things, and they've been good people, and good teammates, and that's really important as well. And it's all you can ask for. And so it's been a pleasure to coach them.
Is this one of the harder groups you've had to say goodbye to? Or
Yeah, most of them are hard. They're really hard. You grow close to these guys, especially guys that have been with you 3 and 4 years, and you've got a lot of battles together, and there's a lot of life things that you guys aren't privy to that we talk about, and personal things that you really try to have relationships with these guys, and some life lessons you try to teach them and guide them through some certain things that they're dealing with. There's a lot more that most of these kids deal with than most fans and folks realize. There's just a lot of these guys' plates, and so you have some very meaningful, conversations, and obviously you grow closer and closer with your guys, and you're very appreciative of, as a coach, when their attitudes are good and they work really hard and they give you everything they had. I mean, we tried hard today, but we just didn't have it. Like, you could just see, we looked a little bit slow, we looked a little tired. We probably are a man or two short, just don't have quite enough juice to keep the game going, and and that's, you hate it for them, because they're trying, and when you get kids that work like that and represent your university really well, there's a lot of bad things going on in college basketball, and these guys have been terrific. And the season didn't end the way we wanted it to, but I couldn't be more proud to have coached them.
What has the season taught you?
Great question. Really is. It's been a challenging year. There's been a lot of little adversity throughout our season, whether it's injuries and a couple things behind the scenes with players, and just obviously all the close losses, and you just kind of have to stick with things. Patience. It teaches you grit every day. If something's really important to you, to stick with it, and again, finding ways to continue to motivate and understand the value and importance of that. Even more than some of the X's and O's in certain situations, and being able to coach people. I think there's been a lot of that this year with this year's team, and so that's probably what I've learned as much as any from this season.
Some of the positives they get next year from some of the underclassmen?
Yeah, I think our guys have you know, they're going to know our system much better now. I think that a lot of them, you know, haven't gotten as much game experience as we would like, but at the same time, they've battled against good players, the older players in our program for a year, and so I think they've seen good habits. I think they're probably a little more tested day to day than people realize. You know, there's still a lot of work to do, and I just told those young guys that you know, the thing that we're missing right now for next year is we need guys that can score. I think a lot of the other things we'll be able to do and teach and defend and be physical and rebound, but at the end of the day, it's like what happens today. You can try really hard and compete, but you got to have some guys that can jump up and make a basket or two at times in tough situations. You know, it's crazy, but I mean, the game really ended when their kid stepped back and made a three over David Scarr with 1 second on the shot clock. It's just a guy jumping up and making a tough shot. When we've had like 2 layups that are contested at the rim that don't go in, that's the difference in winning and losing. And you got to have guys that are able to do that. And we've got to work to develop, you know, some of our younger players to become better scorers.
You've had so many games that have gone down to the final minute or
Yeah.
30 seconds, 1 or 2 possessions.
Yeah.
You just kind of alluded to. Is that pretty much sum up the season, just your inability to close those games out?
Yeah, I mean, sure, there's a lot of that. I mean, obviously we won the game last week to get to this game. It was a very similar situation, but there's no question that we're a team that couldn't quite finish enough games to have a great season. You know, we did a lot of good things throughout the year. We won some very good games. We beat most of the teams we were supposed to beat, but certainly there are 4, 5, 6 games that are down to the last minute, 30 seconds, 5 seconds, that if you find a way to make a shot or get one stop or get a call, then things maybe go your way and the season's different and we're playing in the big tournament and whatnot. But it didn't go that way. So we got to dust ourselves off and go for what's next.
Were the shooting struggles this year the most surprising thing to you?
Yeah, probably a little bit. I thought we would have, certainly shot better. I mean, I don't think we anticipated Shelton would be playing through probably as much as he played through. I think we thought he would be we hoped and thought I think he even thought he would probably be a little fresher and a little bit, just have a little more pop, and that was partly, his struggles. It's just, that's part of basketball, and obviously, when your lead guard isn't maybe, doesn't have quite the pop, it takes away for a little bit from the other guys, but that was probably the most challenging thing for our team, especially offensively, was just, we needed to shoot it a little bit better.
Any more questions?
Okay. Thanks, guys.